Hello, welcome back to Legal Edge 3-year LLB official channel. I am Shanwaz Rain, and today we are going to analyze or rather review the recently conducted TS Law CET examination 2025. So, in this video of around 20-30 minutes, I'll cover each and everything about TS LawCET 2025. I'll analyze the Shift 1 examination also, Shift 2 examination also. Plus, you will also be able to understand okay, what kind of paper was there. Section-wise analysis will also be done. So if you have appeared for this paper or you are planning to appear next year, this is going to be very important video for all of you. So let's get started. If you're visiting the channel for the first time, so this is a channel by Legal Edge where we try to cover almost all the exams of 3-year LLB happening in the country from NLSAT to TS LawCET to CUET PG as well. So this is the channel for all the information, all the videos related to these examinations. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, I would request do click on the subscribe button. And if you like this video, please share it with your friends also. So this is the content of this video. I'll be covering up the highlights about the paper. What is this paper all about? If you're hearing this paper for the first time, hearing this word for the first time, so I'll share the basic highlights. Then we'll review the whole paper, which was conducted recently, and then there is a section-wise analysis also, followed by some very important announcements. So first thing first, let's check what is TS LawCET is all about. So it is an entrance examination conducted by the Telangana state for the law courses of their universities for 5-year and 3-year both. We are here right now covering the 3-year LLB examination of Telangana state common entrance test for their 3-year LLB examination. So this paper has, let me switch on the pen. This has 120 questions and you'll be given 90 minutes to solve these 120 questions. And these 120 questions are divided into 3 sections. So one is GK and mental ability, another one is current affairs, and the last one is legal aptitude. Okay, so this section will be asking you 30 questions, current affairs again 30 questions, and legal aptitude has 60 questions. And this is how the whole paper is divided into these 3 sections with the question-wise weightage. And this section is the main section because it holds the highest number of questions, rather highest weightage in TS LawCET. So 120 marks are awarded if you fortunately able to tick mark all the right answers. But the good thing is there is no negative marking if you by chance mark a incorrect answer. All the questions are in multiple choice questions format, which is like a question is given and there are 4 options to it. You might have seen KBC, Kaun Banega Crorepati. The same format is used here. The paper happens to be in the computer-based test format. That means you will be you will visit a test center and there you have to appear the paper in the computer mode, in the online mode. It's not an offline paper. And the paper is also conducted into 2 shifts. So there is a morning shift and then there is an afternoon shift. This year, the first shift happened from 9 to 9:30 to 12, 9, I guess 9 to 11:30, and then 12 to 1:30. These were the 2 shifts in which the paper was conducted. So this year, the major important dates were these. So this year, the notification came in around 25th of Feb. The notification came on 25th of Feb. Then the application was started. The first last date was given to fill the form on 30th of April. So same timeline will be followed next year as well. We are just so this is how they release the notifications, and these are the dates on which the applications were invited. The last date was also mentioned, and then the test date was given. So if you observe the pattern of TS LawCET of past 2-3 years, these are the same dates, these are the same months. From Feb, the process gets started, and by June, the paper is conducted. So similarly, the things happened here also. The first closing date was given 30th of April, but finally the form closed on 26th of May, where the students were asked to fill up the form with a late fee of 4,000 rupees. Then there was again a correction window given to all the applicants till 25th of May. They can correct their forms. Hall tickets were released on 30th of May 2025. The test, as I just mentioned, the test of 3-year law and for the 5-year law, both category, the test date was 6th of June. 6th of June, 3-4 days back from this video. 6th of June, the paper was conducted into two shifts. So first shift was 9:30 to 11 a.m. and the second shift was 12:30 to 2 p.m. window. So this is how they conduct the 3-year question paper. But the 5-year paper and the LLM paper only it usually conducts into a single shift from 4 to 5:30 p.m. So these are the important dates and timings. You people can note it down. The same pattern will be followed next year as well. And now, why I'm taking this video? Because finally the answer key is out. So on 11th of June, they release the first answer key, and by tomorrow, because today is 12th of June, tomorrow is the last day where you people can submit the objections. Objections in the answer keys are invited till 13th of June, and tentatively by 25th of June the result will be out. The first result will be out. uh, Beyond this, there is no further notification or updates is available officially. So we all have to wait till 25th of June for the final results. These are the important timelines and dates for TS LawCET. And this was the basics about the paper. Let's review the first overall examination of TS LawCET. I'm reviewing both the shifts for now. So the first shift paper, as per our analysis, both the shifts paper, the level of difficulty was moderate. We cannot say the papers were or on easier lines. Rather, we cannot also say the paper was on difficult side. So it was a mixed bag. The paper was balanced. So that is why we are analyzing and we are saying the paper, both the shift papers were at moderate level. Also, in shift two, the challenging part was GK and current affairs. So if we compare both the shifts paper with each other, we can say the shift 2 paper was a bit more challenging than shift 1, especially in the GK and the current affairs part. I will analyze the shift 2 paper individually also to give you more details on this part. Legal RCs were present in both the shifts. So in the legal aptitude, unlike AP LawCET, the Andhra Pradesh LawCET paper, here they will ask in the legal aptitude RCs also. The legal aptitude section will ask you 2 RCs in TS LawCET examination. So all those students who are aspiring for this paper, they have to note this part. This is a very important part because this section carries the highest weightage in the whole examination. You people have to prepare for passage-based reasonings also. So the pattern was repeated here. In both the papers, legal RCs were present. Polity, constitution, legal awareness was given on the higher side. So if we compare the whole legal aptitude section of both the shifts, the questions came from the polity, constitution, and legal awareness. In GK and CA, in both the shift, specifically in shift 2, had very twisted and inference-based questions. Means shift 1 has a bit easier GK and current affairs as compared to shift 2. In shift 2, we saw that GK and current affair was more twisted, more random, more specific as compared to shift 1. Few direct recalls we can check from the paper. Based on that, we can say if you are preparing for GK and CA of TS LawCET, you need depth. You have to go in very details if you're preparing for static GK, if you're preparing for current affairs. If you have not given sufficient time to these two sections will be troublesome for you guys. So for next year, if you prepare for this, these are the two sections where they will actually they are going to test your depth of this section. Both shifts had questions on the basics of contract law and new criminal laws. Very much predictable. because in the legal aptitude we have seen this. These two sections are generally asked every time. So they asked on the contract law. They also asked on new criminal laws. They also asked on the questions on the constitutions were also present. Shift one had a few surprising elements, like a question came from related to Harry Potter. They asked a question related to a series about a game happening in the series, and the answer for that question was Harry Potter. So this was not at all expected because this has nothing to do with the recent current affairs. Also, they also asked a question on the PhD Institute of UGC chairman. So there was a question where you have to identify the PhD college of UGC chairman. So again, this is a very random or very weird question. No one can ever predict these kind of questions can be asked here. So that is why they're saying GK was twisted in both the shifts. Analyzing the first shift in details here, before I move forward, you all must be knowing that Legal Edge is now officially has launched its 3-year LLB programs. Now we are officially in the 3-year LLB examinations. We are catering to all the major examinations of the country, and that is why we have launched recently our NLSAT year-long batch. So this batch is going to prepare you for NLSAT 2026 plus 5 more examinations like MHCT, CUAT, NLUO, and SLS as well. You will get printed books, you'll be getting unlimited doubt clearing sessions, you will be getting mentorship, you will be getting mocks, sectional tests, topic tests, and whatnot. Everything which you need to prepare for these examinations is present in this course. And I would say this is the only program in the country where you are getting printed books and complete A to Z support from a brand which is known for creating legacy in CLAT and UG entrance examinations already. So you can read more about Legal Edge. You can Google us, and we are present on LinkedIn, on Google, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Reddit, everywhere the Legal Edge is there. So you can know more about the brand. And if you like to prepare with us, you can use this coupon code, which is LEYT10, and you can get flat 10% off on our coming batches of NLSET. Let's move forward doing the section-wise analysis. So based on our analysis, GK and mental ability was easy to moderate. The team has marked it as more on the easier side. Current affairs was moderate. It required depth. If someone hasn't prepared it decently, he or she will struggle in current affairs. Legal aptitude was again easy to moderate, and that is why we have categorized this examination, this shift paper, as on a moderate side, not on the easier side. Let's check the first section of the paper, which is GK and the mental ability. So it was overall easy to moderate. In the static GK part, the questions were asked from Indian history, geography, polity, constitution, economy, and on the important dates. Very predictable topics, very commonly asked topics. And if you prepare for any national level competitive examinations, these are the topics which you by default prepare. So these are very commonly known topics where the GK section, the static GK in India is technically prepared. Mental ability and reasoning, which is more on the elementary mathematics and the logical reasoning part. From this, they asked number series. They have questions from alphabet series, odd one out, blood relations, a very commonly known topic of analytical reasoning, direction sense test, syllogisms, simple puzzles were there, and coding decoding was also there. So if you have solved the R.S. Agrawal of logical reasoning, you can easily go through with this section. The section was again on the moderate and the easier side. The topics were very well known. No random topic or no surprise element was there in the mental ability part. Observations, which we want to share it with the future aspirants, are the mental ability required calculation, but the calculations were on the lighter side, and there was a pattern-based questions. They were testing your logical thinking and not speed mathematics. So it is not going to give you any kind of advantage if you're very good in maths. You are very good in speed maths. If you're average in mathematics, for sure, the people who are good in maths, they will have an average here. They will have an edge here. But specifically for those students who struggle with maths, they are not very good in mathematics. They are not required to fear, or there's nothing to fear about. The section was easier. It was not testing your mathematical abilities. It was testing actually your logical reasoning part. So if you are average in your mathematics, this section was easy. You can easily solve this section. This is our observation. For static GK, we would say please focus on all the traditional subjects like Indian history, geography, polity, constitution. Every year, these topics are repeated. If you're preparing for this examination or similar to these examinations, please do not leave any traditional topics from static GK. Cover each and everything, which is the basic fundamental of static GK. Plus, also prepare for some, stay prepared for some random questions also. Like the first woman chief minister was asked, fundamental duties origin was asked, Indian national movement milestones were asked. So in every paper, there are some questions which will question you, which will confuse you. So that's okay because overall the section was moderate. Talking about the difficulty level of the current affairs, the topics were asked in current affairs were national events, again the traditional topics coming from the current affairs, all the government schemes, questions of on economy was there, the famous appointments were there, awards were there, international relationships were there, sports pay questions were there, judicial and legal news pay B questions were asked in the current affairs section. So again, talking about the current affairs preparation, if you had prepared for the past 9 months GK, past 9 months current affairs, and you have covered the basic areas of current affairs, which is the national events, the government schemes, the latest appointments, the awards, the important dates, the important events happening around in the international relationships, the important events happened in the economy. So you could have easily solved this section. The key observations in this sections are as follows. Most of the questions came from the last 6, 7, 8 months of current affairs. So if you want to prepare for this examination, start your preparation, but count the number of months of around 8 to 9 months. If you are looking to write this paper in the month of June, so be prepared that they are going to ask the latest 7, 8 months of current affairs in this section. Expected highlights. Questions were there on recent elections or political appointments. So they will ask this next year also. Prepare this part. India's international diplomacy, G20, W2O, W2O, and COP summits. The questions were there. Budget announcements and flagship schemes was asked, and legal developments such as SC verdicts and important amendments. The questions were also there from these topics. So if you want to prepare the current affairs, these are the key observations from our side. You can note this out. You can take a screenshot of this and you can start preparation. Talking about the last section of which is legal aptitude, the heaviest section of this examination. The section was easy to moderate. The questions asked from principal fact questions were, there was a question coming from vicarious liability, where employer agent responsibility concepts were asked. There were questions which were asked from the new criminal laws, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, the new law launched by the replacement of IPC done by the Indian government. So the questions were there from this part. From Constitution, the questions were asked from Article 14, 19, 21, directive principles on state policies. So directive principles, the questions were there on DPSPs. Preamble-based interpretations were also there in this section. And on legal reasoning, there were questions coming from equality before law, right to education, etc. There were some questions which were asked from legal maxims also. And in the legal RCs, there were two passages which were moderately lengthy, but they were complex. So this is how the whole legal aptitude section looked like in the first shift. Now, analyzing the shift 2. So if you have appeared in shift 2, here's our analysis on shift 2. Before moving forward, I would also like to tell you that we are not only preparing you guys for NLSAT, but we also have a batch where we prepare you for more than 9+ examinations happening for 3-year law in the country. Those 9 examinations are NLSAT, MHCT, CUET, NLUO, AUP, JAT, PUCT, IIT, KGP is also offering a 3-year LLB program. BVP, Bharati Vidyapeeth, they also offers a 3-year LLB program. Symbiosis, Jindal, DET, which is DSNLU, plus the TS LawCET, AP LawCET, and KLEE, Kerala law entrance examination is also covered in this batch. So if you're preparing or aspiring, or this year you gave it just for the sake of giving the examination, actually you want to appear in the next year and you want to score a good rank, good percentage, and you want to land into the best law school of the country, this is the batch for you, where you will get books, live classes, mentorship, unlimited doubt clearing, plus more than 1.5 years of direct support from the team Legal Edge, from the Legal Edge mentors and faculty. If you want to know more about this batch, just visit our website, which is given on the description box also, and you can use this code to avail a 10% discount. Let's move forward. Section 2, we will say similarly, because the paper was conducted in two shifts. That doesn't mean that they will play around with different sections. So based on shift number 1, the same level of difficulty was observed in shift 2 as well. GK mental ability, easy to moderate. Current affairs was moderate, and legal aptitude was again easy to moderate, similar to shift 1. But in the first section, of shift 2, GK was predominantly on polity, articles, fundamental duties, structure of parliament. Here you can see in the GK part, they haven't asked questions on geography, economy, or history like in the shift 1. So again, so are these non-traditional topics? No, these are again the traditional topics. If you have prepared the basic fundamental topics of GK, you can easily answer all these questions. The static questions came from the history, geography, and economy, but limited questions were there. In the mental ability, again the series coding, decoding, directions, instance, similar to shift number 1. The mental ability was similar here also. There was no major change. Nature of the questions was direct and factual. So GK and the reasoning were more layered and time consuming in shift 2. So overall, if we analyze the difference between the both the sections in both the shifts, here the questions were more direct, but they were time consuming. They were actually more on the complex side. So more layered, I would say, not complex. Here you need time to solve these questions. Talking about the second section of shift 2, which is current affairs, the level of the section was moderate. Questions came from the questions which were asked were again primarily very factual, recall based, not very inference heavy. They covered the mid 24 to May 2025. Here I would again say the major of current affairs was from the past 7-8 months, but yes, there were some questions which were asked from 2024 also. So should we prepare for more than 9 months? I would say no, it's not required. It doesn't happen every year. But if you have time, if you have sufficient time, you are starting to prepare from this point of time, you can definitely cover 12 to 15 months of current affairs also. Government schemes were asked like PM Vishwakarma, Digital India initiatives were asked, the budget highlights were there, major awards like Padma Bhushan and Nobel awards were there, Nobel Prize was there, key appointments related to judiciary, governor, election commission. These were the questions which compromises in current affairs section of shift 2. Analyzing the last section, which is legal aptitude. Again, the section, according to us, was on easy to moderate lines. Principal fact-based questions were asked. Similar to shift number 1, there were questions from vicarious liability, Consumer Protection Act, defamation, negligence, basic fundamental topics of legal reasoning. If you ever prepare for legal aptitude, these are the topics which you will definitely cover. So if you're hearing these words for the first time, there's nothing to worry. If you prepare for legal aptitude from anywhere, from any books, they will cover all these basics. 1 or 2 questions were directly asked from new criminal laws, similar to shift number 1. There was again focus on Article 14, 19, and 21, similar to shift 1. There were again questions from DPSPs, Directive Principles for State Policies, and preamble-based legal reasoning questions were there. Similar to shift number 1, there were again 2 RC passages, which were of moderate length, but less complex. So this is all about the analysis of shift 1 and shift 2. On 25th of June, the result will be out. And before moving forward, if you or your friends or anyone who is looking for a proper guided preparation for next year examinations. Because we were not there last year in this whole category, now we are there to help you all, to prepare you all with live classes, with material, with doubt clearing, with mentorship. You all can avail the benefit of this direct mentorship to join us. And if you want to have scholarships, good scholarships up to 100%, you can write this examination, which we conduct every month. This is again a very simple paper. Objective type paper is there, and a sample paper is also uploaded on the website for this scholarship test. So if you're looking to prepare with legal edge, you can write this scholarship examination also. With this message, I would like to congratulate all of you who all have successfully appeared in TS LawCET, and they know that their paper went good. All the best. Congratulations for your upcoming future. All the best for your success. I would say wait till 25th of June. We'll come back with a video on the results also. Right now, we are not, we have checked the answer keys. There are no major I would say objections in the answer key, but still, if you want to file any objections, you still have the day of tomorrow left. You can file the objections on the answer key as well. If you want any kind of help, if you are stuck anywhere in between, you can comment in this video's comment section. We'll definitely answer you back. And for more details or any kind of help you want from our side, please feel free to connect with us anytime, any day. We are there to help you out. We'll keep releasing more such interesting videos, informative videos. If you like these videos, if you're liking this whole initiative of Legal Edge, please spread the good news, spread the channel, share these videos with all your friends. And what would I say? What I would say, do best in your future. If you're appearing for any other examinations, you can come back to us and you can ask all your doubts. So thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye. Take care. All the best. Signing off. Bye bye.